This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. Come on in, make yourself at home. If you're a current subscriber, you know the routine. Get your ass in. This week, I have my pawn shop pickups. I have some bangers. I have my classic pick for the week, my 3D pick. So before I get into that, not only do I collect movies, yes, I'm one of these crazy individuals that actually watches them. I like to share with you what I watch on a weekly basis. Let's start out with a Netflix streaming film that I watched, The Rental. It's a 2020 Netflix film written and directed by Dave Franco. Yeah, James Franco's little brother. Starring Dan Stevens, Alison Brie, Sheila Vand, and Jeremy Allen White. This revolves around two brothers and their prospective girlfriends. One brother's girlfriend happens to work with the other brother, and they have a weekend at this bed and breakfast, very nice facility. And it was what transpires in the B&B is what the movie revolves around. A little slow, suspenseful, slow. Evenly paced, I should say. Slow is bad. It's evenly paced. Very good tension. Again, I don't give spoilers away, so I don't want to give too much away, though. But it's a kind of calmer pick. You kind of get back what you throw in the universe. So, very interesting film. Dave Franco might be the new thing in Hollywood. I really didn't even know he existed prior to this and the next movie I'm going to bring up. Next movie is a 2016 movie. I believe I picked this up at a pawn shop. This is called Nerve. This is a 2016 action thriller film directed by Harry Joyce and Ariel Schulman, I believe. Starring Emma Roberts, also Dave Franco, Emily Meads. You have Juliette Lewis in there. Looking a little rough, though. Juliette Lewis from Natural Born Killers, going way back. You have, if you blink, you're going to miss her, Sheila, I believe it's Giffey, from the television show Orange is the New Black. You might know her as Poussey. This revolves around an online contest, a truth or dare contest. It's social media, peer pressure, popularity. That's what the movie revolves around. And Emma Roberts and Dave Franco are basically pushing the limits, trying to win this online competition. Very fun movie, very fast action pace. Been seeing a lot of Emma Roberts lately, though. She's starting to grow on me, though. Very good film. I liked it. Very enjoyable. Get the opportunity, check it out. Nerve. Next, I have a 2008 Chinese sci-fi fantasy film, CJ7, directed by Stephen Chow. Also starring Stephen Chow, Zhu Zhino, and Zhang Yuqiu. I'm probably murdering these people's names. But this revolves around this single father. He's a poor construction worker trying to do what he can to send his son to this upscale prep school. His son might be 7 or 8 years old. It's really snooty school. It's a comedy, sci-fi, fantasy film. You have the typical bully in there. And the movie revolves around this popular toy, the CJ1, because the kid's dad is basically broke and poor. He can't afford this, so he gives him a knockoff of CJ7 that he comes up with. And what transpires after he gets a CJ7 toy. Little corny, fun to watch, very good ending, very strong ending. They set it up almost like to be a sequel. After I did a little research on it, I don't think it did that well in the box office, especially in Northern America. It might have done very well in China, though, but still a fun film. CJ7. My last pick is a 2019 Spanish science fiction fantasy thriller, Paradise Hills, directed by Alice Whittington, starring Emma Roberts. Emma Roberts. She's really grown on me over the years. Awkwafina, who has not grown on me over the years, but she's not quite as annoying in this film. And Mila Jovovich. This movie has a very Stepford Stepford Wives vibe to it. It's this island where rich socialites send their daughters to advance, I guess, their career, their lives, or their way of their lifestyle. So it's a very snooty island, and they kind of give these women these Stepford Wives makeover. They come in very disgruntled, come back perfect, and they're groomed specifically for their husbands or for specific things. Seen the plot before, seen the ending before, but just the way they put it together was very interesting. It's a evenly paced action, so it's not going to be fast paced, but you're trying to figure out what the ending is because you know there's a twist at the end. So very fun watch. Get the opportunity to watch Paradise Hills. And by the way, I picked that up at Big Lots. Now, without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink, have a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video while you watch Shaka just chill right here. Ever since the pandemic hit, this place has been like bone dry for movies. They haven't had anything. They used to have a whole shelf dedicated. Now they have like a little section. So let me pop in here real quick since I was on this side of town and see what's popping here. I think the last couple times I went out to Pawn King, came up Snake Eyes. But that's the beauty of going to pawn shops. Go there one day, they don't have shit. Go there the next day, jackpot. So let's see what's popping.
We are back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my Hamilton book pickups. What I picked off of eBay auction. I have my classic pick as well as my 3D pick for the week. And what I picked up at the pawn shop. So let me get these scanned in real quick. Go over these and let you good people go about your day. Give me a moment. Go and get this off with the only DVD I picked up at the pawn shop. Never heard of this. It just looked very interesting for $1. I figured why not. It's Wolfen DVD magazine of rare and unseen short films. So I haven't had a chance to look at this, but it looked interesting. So I'll check this out. Maybe let you know how it is. Next, I picked up this. Now I've seen this in Walmart, but I think they went like $8 or $9 for it. The Blu-rays were $3 at the pawn shop. So I wanted it specifically for that movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Hercules in New York. Hadn't seen that, heard a lot about that. Didn't want to pay $9 for that though, but for this, definitely worth it. It has all those other movies which I already have: Maggie, Total Recall, The Last Stand, Red Heat, T2. So all these I already had, but I did not have Hercules in New York. Next, we have Seth Rogen and, excuse my language, that crazy bitch, Charlize Theron, and Long Shot. And this is a Lionsgate release. And they did another movie together, Knocked Up, which I haven't seen yet. Let's see if this works. I have the Blu-ray and the DVD. And you know when Sean Penn's like, that's a crazy bitch, you know that's a crazy bitch, so. But nevertheless, looks interesting, possibly funny. Lionsgate release. Long Shot. I think that is the chick that Charlize Theron, that Sean Penn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one. Next, I had this, but it was like a 3-pack. I was debating. I was like, yeah, I'll get it. If nothing else for the slipcover, $3. Plus, also has the digital. Luke Wilson, Vince Vaughn, The Internship. And this is a Lionsgate? No, 20th Century Fox, The Internship. And the last one I picked up from the pawn shop. I have the original. I haven't seen this. I think this is kind of like one ear and out the other. I've forgotten about this. This actually existed. Don't know if it's as good as the original. Well, they never had it. Yeah, did they have an original movie? Yeah, they did. I forgot. I don't know if it'll be good as Clerks, Jay and Silent Bob. That wasn't good as Clerks, so hopefully this is at least as good as Jay and Silent Bob, the first movie. But very nice slipcover. Lionsgate release. He lost a lot of weight. Who else is there? Is that Bylane? Anywho, Jay and Silent Bob's reboot. And we'll see if this works. And we have the Blu-ray. So all these were $3 a piece at the pawn shop. Next, we'll go into what I picked up at, well, let's get into my 3D pick and my classic pick. My 3D pick is a low-budget UFC, I don't say knockoff of film. Speaking of Bylane, Vinny Jones, and I forgot his name. He is a UFC fighter. He used to fight light heavyweight. Sugar Shot Jones. Sugar Shot something. Rashad Evans, yes. It came back to me. It's a Lionsgate release. I don't know who did the 3D. I think this is one of those homemade 3Ds, I believe. I'm not positive. But interesting for maybe a during the week 3D adventure watch. So Vinny Jones, Rashad Evans, Sugar Shot Rashad Evans, Bylane, Lockdown 3D. And on a fighting kind of theme, my sole classic pick for the week is Denzel Washington, the man, the legend, the myth, in The Hurricane. The Hurricane is actually based on the true life story of a guy. I don't know if he was wrongly incarcerated or not, but I know he was in jail and he forgot the whole story of the hurricane though, but very strong, powerful story. Of course, you know, Denzel kills it as usual. Have the Blu-ray, and we'll see if this works. So we have my classic pick and we have my 3D pick for the week. Let's get into what I picked up at Hamilton Books. Start out with Awake. I got the DVD at Dollar Tree, so I figured for $1.95, I think that's what I paid for at Hamilton. I'll upgrade. Jonathan Rothmeyers, he was just saw him in the New Roots. I watched with my family and I. Francesca Eastwood, I'm assuming it's Clint Eastwood's daughter. Malik Yoba, and Mr. New York Undercover, I've been the Undercover, and William Forsythe, so it looks interesting. Awake, maybe a suspense thriller, maybe. Awake. Next we have, I think this is like a real cheap one, so I picked it up. Afternoon Delight. No one I really recognize though. A Cure for the Common Marriage, so it looks like maybe a romantic comedy, Cinegem release. And we have the DVD and the Blu-ray. Very nice work on the artwork on the disc. Afternoon Delight. That's a Cinegem release, I believe. Next we have Portals. Sci-fi, decent watches. I think it's 3 or 4 different stories. It all revolves around this portal, this door that mysteriously pops up, and everything that revolves around that. Originally saw this streaming on the Fire Stick. Saw it in Hamilton. I actually forgot what it was until I watched it and I was like, okay, I remember this. So decent watch. Portals. And this is a Screen Media release. Next, I just talked about this on my previous video, Catfight. Sandra Oh, Annie Heche, and Alicia Silverstone. Deliciously funny. That's a very good way to put this. This is a Dark Sky Films release. If you missed my last videos, one of the videos I picked for what I watched for the week, very dark picture, basically dealing with people who have privilege and people who don't, and karma, some of the karma that comes with some of the things that you do and how that comes back to haunt you. Great movie, get a chance to see this Catfight. Next, I picked this up on DVD, probably somewhere at a pawn shop. I basically picked it up. I love John Malkovich. I think he's just really a unique actor. Angelica Houston, I think that's Jack Nicholson's old chick. And see, those are the main people that I recognize, and this looks like a very quirky film. It's a MVD 20th Century Film release. Very nice flip cover. Get this out here. There we go. The Art School Confidential, from the directors of Ghost World. I have Ghost World, this is a long time since I've seen it. I don't remember the plot anymore. So, one of those quirky films. If it's John Malkovich is in it, there's probably going to be a little quirk involved. Art School Confidential. Next, I picked this up also somewhere on DVD for $1 or so. Upgraded to this. Mos Def, Tim Robbins, Jennifer Aniston, and don't recognize the other people. Life of Crime, looks like maybe a crime comedy, maybe a heist type of movie. Very nice work on the artwork on the disc. This is a VVS Films release. Life of Crime. And my last pickup from Hamilton Book. Yeah, my man, Nicolas Cage, Robin Tunney from Monster Party, and also The Craft. I've been seeing her pop up a little bit lately. I actually made a mistake on Monster Party. There was a couple other people in there. One guy from Nip Tuck and the guy from Fringe, and also John Wick that were also in that movie. I said she was the only one that I recognized, but no. This, I'm guessing, is going to be based on the Lewis Carroll story of Alice in Wonderland. Except you have Nicolas Cage, so I can only imagine how far down the rabbit hole it's going to go with this one. So, Looking Glass. Well, actually, Lewis Carroll Looking Glass, I think that was a sequel to Alice in Wonderland, or vice versa. And this is a Walmart Select, and this is a VBS film release. Looking Glass. That's what I picked up at Hamilton Book. And lastly, what I picked up on eBay auction, and it's mostly Shout Factory, but the first one is 20th Century Fox. I got the whole set. Newhart. This is, I guess, the epitome of deadpan humor or dry humor, Bob Newhart. But what makes this extra funny, if you've never seen this, there's three characters on here. They're brothers. Larry, Daryl, and my other brother, Daryl. And one of them doesn't speak. The whole shtick is hilarious to me. I don't know if I'll still find it as funny as I did back then, but the whole shtick was just hilarious. These rednecks, two with the same name, and one that didn't speak. Very funny stuff. This is that's the final season. Season 7. Excuse the glare. 6th season. The 5th season. And these are the brothers I was talking about. I think that's Larry, Daryl, and Daryl. Just the thought of that shit's still fucking funny to me today. This is the 5th season. Almost forgot about him, Peter Scalera. If you don't recognize him, it's easy to forget. He used to be in a show called Bosom Buddies, which was, I think, pretty much the launching pad for Tom Hanks. Gotta get that show too. I think he had a few seasons on here. He might have done a few small movies, maybe some Disney movies or something to that effect, but never had the success of his counterpart from Bosom Buddies, Tom Hanks. This is the 4th season. We have the 3rd season. Newhart. And we have the 2nd season. Of course, the first one I showed you, the 1st season. I haven't seen this in such a long time. I'm sure I forgot most of the things. So this is the pawn shop pickup. This is eBay auction. This is Hamilton Books. You know the routine. Let me get these where they belong and get you good people on your way. Hold on. I have everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. That season Charlie, L is in Larry, Z is in Zebra. Only thing that didn't scan in, this didn't scan in. It scanned in as Total Recall, so I'll put this in manually as Hercules in New York. And this one did not scan in either. All right, let's finish this up. Everything laid out, ready to be put back in its proper place. As usual, I appreciate everyone hanging out with me, talking movies, looking at movies. If you made it this far in the video and you haven't subscribed yet, help me out. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, give me the big thumbs up. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone be safe. Deuces.